Hello, my beautiful Scorpios. I always get a little extra excited to do your reading because I am a Scorpio moon. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jen. Welcome to Timeline Tarot. This is your Mercury retrograde reading. For those of you not familiar with the retrograde, it begins on or about August 4th or 5th, depending on where you live in the world. And it will continue until August 28th or 29th, again, depending on where you live in the world. The retrograde will affect communication, technology, travel, as well as decision making. So for those of you communicating with others a lot in respect to like legal contracts or big purchases, this is a time where you want to like double, triple check everything. If you can have a advisor or a trusted friend or family member look over any type of contracts for you and with you, that would definitely aid you. In respect to communication, you want to be mindful of your words. This is a time period where you're more prone to being argumentative, not just you, but all 12 signs. So definitely be a little bit more clear and effective when communicating. And if you're not understanding what someone is saying to you, then it's a good time for you to ask for clarification as opposed to like jumping to any conclusions. In respect to technology, the retrograde, we usually see during the retrogrades some type of disruption in communication, sometimes even on a global scale, communication satellites going down or social networks going down for a small period of time. In respect to travel, if you're traveling during the retrograde period, be mindful that you could have some delays or possibly even travel cancellations. And in respect to decision making, if you are making a critical decision, you could expect to feel more delayed or a little bit more resistant to making the decision. And that goes the same for those of you waiting for someone to make a decision that will greatly impact you. There could be some delay in you receiving that decision from that individual or entity. And of course, retrogrades tend to bring back people from the past, whether they are from our professional, personal, or romantic life. So some reconnections could occur during this time, or at least the possibility for those reconnections. Today's reading is a basic Celtic cross spread here that I've divided up. It's going to be a pretty lengthy read, so grab yourself something to drink or maybe even a snack. But I basically have split up the retrograde into 3 periods. The beginning part, the middle part, the end part will then roll into Virgo season, and then your final outcome will be how you're entering Libra season. So a bit of an extensive read for you. As always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Never force a message to fit if you intuitively know it's not part of your journey. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, as well as Jupiter. So if this does not resonate, be sure to check your other placements. If you're not quite sure what they are, pinned to the comment section will be a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all that said, let's begin. Your overall energy during the time of Mercury retrograde will be the 8 of Wands in the upright. 8 of Wands in the upright does talk about communication as well as travel. So again, be mindful of your text messages. Seems to be a lot going on or a busy period of time for you. So again, possible delays, cancellations in travel plans, and in respect to communications, you want to make sure that your words are being effectively communicated. You are starting off Mercury retrograde with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Definitely quick thinking, but maybe feeling not as well organized as you usually are with your thoughts and your communication. I love the Knight of Swords in the upright, but the Knight of Swords in the reverse could be a bit erratic. So again, are you an independent thinker, opinionated? Absolutely. Most Scorpios tend to be very strong-willed in that respect, but in the reverse, you could feel a little bit chaotic. So let's use a secondary deck here of tarot and see what that is all about. Why is the Scorpio collective entering the retrograde as the Knight of Swords in the reverse? Why is the Knight of Swords in the reverse here for the Scorpio collective? One more shuffle here, please and thank you. And if at any time during this reading you feel that you are connecting with it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. It's a great way for us to exchange energy. It also will help get this video out to more people, so I appreciate your help with that. Knight of Swords in the reverse is being clarified by the Queen of Pentacles in the upright, the Knight of Cups in the reverse, and the 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Bottom of the deck, you have 5 of Cups in the upright, 5 of Swords in the reverse, to 7 of Cups in the upright. You're definitely entering Mercury retrograde with some type of disappointment. Again, take this whether it's in your professional, personal, or romantic life. I feel like you could have been, or are dealing with an energy, meaning an individual who you're either finding to be lazy or they have been deceptive. This could be an individual who has made promises to you, like they'll help you with something, but then when you actually go to count on them, they don't come through all the way. For some of you, this has to do with your finances. So whether this is a partner that you have shared resources with, could be a business partner as well. But I feel like and this is what's throwing you off as you're entering the retrograde period. It's almost like you want to communicate to this person, but your communication may be a bit harsh with them. I feel like you're working on something. You're a very capable individual, even though you are a water sign. And you can take this as Queen or King of Pentacles, but these individuals tend to be very grounded. They're very caring, extremely nurturing, generous, prosperous, quite the independent thinker, which we know Scorpios tend to be. But I feel like in respect to like your finances or building your wealth or establishing your wealth, you're dealing with an individual here who's a bit of a Knight of Cups energy. And that Knight of Cups is, again, someone who is not a very loving person, not a emotionally balanced person. This person could also be love bombing you, and it very well could be in your professional or personal life. Doesn't have to be romantic. This is someone who screws up, doesn't come through on something that they have previously promised or an offer that they gave, even if it's like an apology, but then you see the person turning around and being the same way that they were, right? So there's like no change in this person. This is also could be an individual where they are withdrawing their support. So again, somebody who promised to help you with a particular financial endeavor, but then when it actually comes down to the bones of it, for them to put the work in, they're either like lazy or deceitful. And I feel that's what's making you a bit, I was going to say neurotic, maybe neurotic, but a bit scattered when it comes to communicating with this person because you've grown frustrated with them. And it's because they're affecting your finances or affecting your ability to focus on your finances or whatever your long-term goals are. As you're moving into the second week of Mercury retrograde, your overall feeling here is the Six of Cups. I like the Six of Cups energy here for you. Definitely could be a reunion. Maybe you're reconnecting with this person, trying to give them one more chance. But for others of you, you could just be feeling very nostalgic, thinking back to your childhood. There's definitely a soulmate, soul bond connection here. So let's see what that is all about. Why is the Six of Cups here in the upright for Scorpio's energy for the second week of Mercury retrograde? Why is the Six of Cups energy here? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. That Six of Cups in the upright is being clarified by the Hangman in the reverse, the Three of Swords in the upright, as well as the King of Swords in the upright. Bottom of the deck, you have Death card in reverse, High Priestess in reverse, and Two of Swords in the reverse. I think a lot of you are spending a good portion of the second week of Mercury retrograde thinking about an individual who had disappointed you at some point or caused some type of heartbreak for you. Now, the degree of the heartbreak will be different for each of you, right? Because you all have your own respective journeys. So for some of you, again, it's just this overall feeling of disappointment. For a lot of you, it could be this individual, this Knight of Cups in the reverse that appears you've had some sort of falling out with just prior to the retrograde or at the beginning of the retrograde period. But whoever this individual is here in the second week, you seem to really be thinking about them more, thinking about this breakup. For a lot of you, sorry for coughing. So is my mic on? Yes, sorry. So for a lot of you, this is just, you know, a mild heartbreak, some sort of mild loss or mild disappointment. For others of you, it's a lot greater. This person could have betrayed you. This could be a separation in the connection, or, you know, estranged from the person. But there's definitely this part of you that is thinking back to these memories of this person, trying to recall better times, maybe wondering why the Three of Swords happened to begin with. Again, swords are communication. So and they're not just the communications we speak to other people, but also the words that we speak to ourselves. So I feel like there were some hurtful words spoken between you and this person, which led to the heartbreak. That doesn't mean I'm blaming you for it, but it usually takes two to make it and two to break it, right, in any connection. So I do feel that there's some heartbreak here that you're recalling. You're trying to be focused about it. You're trying to like stick to the facts. So I feel it's almost like trying to find a delicate balance in the second week between your head and your heart. Your heart knows that this person hurt you or did you wrong. Your mind is trying again to like, well, let's stick to the facts of the situation. This person did A, B, C to you and they did you dirty. So definitely recalling this relationship that ended for you. The Hangman in the reverse here is telling me that you're lacking a direction when it comes to this. You could be feeling like this is a lost connection or was a failed connection. Again, just a lot of reminiscing here for you in respect to this person, how they hurt you or betrayed you. And again, that degree of hurt or betrayal is going to vary for each of you. But definitely torn here between heart and mind. Part of you fondly recalling the person and the times you had with them, and then another part of you remembering the hurt that they brought into your life. Your challenge at this time is going to be the Strength card. Why the Strength card? Why is strength and courage a challenge for Scorpio in the second week of Mercury retrograde? Why is the Strength card a challenge? One more shuffle here, please, Anne. Thank you. The Strength card in the upright is being clarified by the Hermit in the upright, the Devil in the upright, and the Moon card. You have 4 major arcana cards there describing your challenge. And another one, bottom of the deck, High Priestess in the reverse. So I think your challenge here in the second week, again, because you're thinking fondly of this person, because you're reminiscing to the better days of the connection, you're having a difficult time having the courage or having the strength to actually acknowledge this person's toxicity or their toxic traits. Now, toxicity with this Devil card, and it could be a Capricorn for some of you that you're dealing with, but I feel like more you're having an issue being able to identify or recognize that this person truly is toxic. They're not just a Knight of Cups in reverse that offers you an apology, but then does the same repetitive, issue again over and over again. Or they're not just lazy. There's almost like a deception behind them, some type of toxic deception. Now, toxicity can be anything. It can be toxic personality traits, toxic codependency on your part, their part, maybe both. Addictions could also include sex and drugs, as well as materialism. So greed, ego, the Devil tends to be incredibly egoic. But I feel like you're struggling, and that's your challenge. Your challenge is it's challenging for you to go within and do some soul searching and see this person or this entity for who or what they truly are. With the Moon card, you're confused. You're confused. You have some anxiety, some fears here. You're not sure if you're being too harsh in your judgment. Are you being too critical of this person? Again, this is someone that you've either known a long time or you feel as if you've known them a long time. It's definitely a soulmate, soul bond, possibly even past life connection. That might be why you feel so attached to them. But this person clearly did something to you in the lead up to the retrograde that hurt you, offended you, broke your heart in some way, disappointed you to some degree. And for a lot of you, this person comes back around within that first or second week of Mercury retrograde. Maybe they want to make amends. It'll be different for each of you, but you're failing to use your intuition with the High Priestess card in the reverse, failing to really see the toxic traits that this person has. And I think your failure to do that is because they're tugging at your heartstrings, or you feel some type of affection or nostalgia for them. Now, in your consciousness at this time, your consciousness being what you think about on a regular basis, comes up here in the energy of the Knight of Pentacles. So why the Knight of Pentacles? For what you are consciously thinking about on a regular basis. Why the Knight of Pentacles in the upright? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Knight of Pentacles in the upright, clarified by the Magician in the upright, the Eight of Pentacles in the upright, and the Two of Wands in the reverse. So the Two of Wands in the reverse is a choice point card. It is a card of you being at a crossroads. Bottom of the deck, you have Four of Wands in the upright, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and again, that Six of Cups card. So yeah, this person from the past coming back around again, I feel re-triggers all of these emotions for you. Part of you wants to forgive and forget what they've done or said that affected the connection or created the disconnection. And then part of you is like, no, this person is toxic. So again, I feel like this is a fight between your heart and your mind when it comes to this individual. The Knight of Pentacles, in respect to a timing card, tells me that this issue with this person could have been going on for at least the last year, because Pentacles are years for me. And the Knight is holding one pentacle. So not for all of you, but for a good percentage of you, for the last year, you've sort of been battling with yourself about this person, trying to recognize, identify, accept their toxic points, but at the same time, knowing that they are a good person, or at least you do see the good within them. The Magician in the upright I love this card. To the Eight of Pentacles, tells me that you are working hard on something that you're manifesting. So it's almost like part of you wants to redirect your focus away from this person consciously. Like, I can't think about this, right? Because if I think about this, I'm at a crossroads with this person. So I don't know if I want to make a decision at this time whether or not to accept them back into my life or not. You're a bit like indifferent about it when they come back around. I think it triggers you for a moment. And then you become undecided. The Two of Wands in the reverse is someone who is undecided, not quite sure which path to go. In the upright, the Two of Wands card, there are two wands, obviously, in the card. One is tethered to the castle wall here, and then the other one is the Ace of Wands, which is more free-spirited and looking into the future. So I feel like a lot of you are torn whether or not to accept this person from the past or just move forward with your future without them. And so because of that, you're consciously thinking like, I can't focus on this right now. I have too much to do. I need to use all of my skills, tools, and resources to work on, again, either my finances or some project. Pentacles and Tarot are resources. So for some of you, maybe starting a new business, starting a new job, expanding a business, learning a new trade or skill. But it definitely is a refocus of your attention of like, I need to invest my resources, my time, my talents, my love, my money into something else that you feel will yield greater results for you than whatever disruption in this connection was. So you're consciously, part of you thinking of this person, and then there's another part of you that's like, you know what, I can't allow this to consume me. I have to refocus on what will benefit me, and then redirecting all of those, again, skills, tools, resources of the Magician to working on either a new craft, business, money, something that you feel will yield results for you, because this connection clearly didn't. In your subconsciousness, which is that back wheel well of your mind going 24/7 while you're washing dishes, while you're driving, while you're sleeping at 2 a.m., is the Three of Wands. So again, enterprise, expansion, looking out into the future. That's what you are constantly thinking about. So why is the Three of Wands here in the upright? For the Scorpio collective subconscious. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. The Three of Wands in the upright being clarified again. We see that High Priestess in the reverse, the Three of Cups in the upright, and the Ten of Cups in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Wands in the upright to the Death card in the reverse, and again, that darn Six of Cups card there. So even though in your consciousness you're like, I'm going to refocus, it's not healthy for me to focus on this past person or whatever promise they gave to me that they didn't fulfill, or maybe they were all talk, no action, that type of thing. I'm not going to focus on that betrayal or that hurt or that disappointment / deception. Instead, I'm going to refocus on my work. You're consciously trying to do that, but yet in your subconscious, you are considering the loss of this friendship or loss of the connection, loss of the love ship, or whatever quarrel or misunderstanding took place to break the connection. Part of you subconsciously wants a reunion with this person. Three of Cups. You want to be able to celebrate with them. You want to see them as part of your future. When, you know, in the darkness of your mind, in the shadows of your mind, when you think about your future, you think about what it would be like to have this person as a business partner, as a friend, as a family member, again, you know, in a healthy relationship. But there's also part of you that knows, that knows. In the back of your mind, you know that you're not listening to your intuition when it comes to this person. So again, there's like, you're very nostalgic, thinking about the future, thinking about the loss of this connection, wishing you could have some type of reunion or celebration with this person, or share all the good things that you're working on, right, with them. But then part of you is like, I can't do that. There has been some manipulation here, or secrets were kept here, or this person had hidden intentions or not good intentions for me. So again, we see your focus is, I'm not going to pay attention to this person. I'm going to redirect my attention to other things, other matters, other goals and plans. But in your subconscious, it is all you think about. You do, part of you does want a reconnection with this person. You do want to become, you do want emotional fulfillment with them. You do want this happy connection. But part of you is just really saddened that there's a potential here to have a future without this person in it. Again, whether this is a connection in your professional, personal, or romantic life. By the time we get to the third week of Mercury retrograde, you are sitting here in the energy of the moon, which is Pisces. Now, by the time we get to the third week of Mercury retrograde, we do have a full moon in Aquarius. So I feel like at this time you might have some anxiety or insecurities that you're dealing with. Why is that? Why is the moon card here for Scorpio's overall feeling by the third week of the retrograde? One more shuffle here, please and thank you. The moon card in the upright is being clarified by the Knight of Wands in the upright, the Three of Wands. Again, we have that second deck now in the upright, and the Hierophant in the upright. The bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords in reverse, to the Chariot in the upright, to the Two of Swords in the reverse. I really like this energy for you, regardless of what this, I'm going to call them a past person at this point. But whatever this individual or entity did to you, and them coming back around again sort of re-triggers things. I think it throws you off for the first 2 weeks of the retrograde, to be quite honest, where it's like a fight between heart and mind. I want to focus on other things, but your subconscious is like, but I'm doing so many great things in my life, and I really wish I could share it with this person. But I see here that by the end of Mercury retrograde, you are overcoming any anxieties or fears or insecurities you have about the loss of this connection, or maybe even just the loss that the disappointment that this person has caused for you. I do see you overcoming those fears. I like this energy a lot for you. Again, even though you are a water sign, the Knight of Wands is very impulsive. This is someone who wants to go out on an adventure, ready to turn a new leaf, start a new chapter of their life. Loves a good challenge, has a mission, has a purpose, very passionate. Three of Wands, looking into the future, making plans, wanting new experiences, looking out to the horizon, seeing what else is out there. I definitely think you're overcoming these fears and anxieties, which are in your subconscious, because the moon is your subconscious. So I do see by the third week, you're overcoming all of this. Whatever trigger points whatever buttons this person has pressed, or whatever triggers them attempting to re-enter your life here, whatever triggers those caused for you, I see by the third week, you do overcome them, refocusing again to the future. I like the Hierophant card here, because the Hierophant card is an individual who's deeply rooted in their beliefs. And I feel like by the time you get to the third week, your deeply rooted belief, and I feel like for number one, your connection to the divine grows, or to spirit. I think you're understanding the lessons in that connection, why things had to happen the way they happened. I think that you move into Virgo season being a lot more stable, being a lot more secure. And that deeply held belief that you have is like, I can still move forward into my future with great enthusiasm and passion, whether or not this person is in my life. Like, I don't need them to be happy. So for a lot of you where this is a love connection, where you're going through this separation, maybe possibly a divorce even for some of you. I feel like by the end of the Mercury retrograde, whatever fears or anxieties you had about what that potential separation could look like, I feel like you're overcoming them and you're moving forward. You're moving forward with it. Now, there's a select small group of you that I have to address because you're part of my regular collective here, and you're in a lot of the Scorpio readings, it comes up with this third party energy. So I am feeling that here as well, and I am receiving some downloads or messages, so I want to address it. I have a lot of cards here that are either a number 3 in tarot or reduced to the number 3. So there is a message here for those of you who have been in a third-party situation with a toxic situation, a codependent situation, where maybe you were waiting for someone to leave someone else. You were afraid whether or not they would. You were unsure of whatever promises this person has made to you in the past. I feel like this person does come back around again for a second week of the retrograde, or there is some reconnection with this person. This is someone you see as a soulmate, soul bond, soul connection. You are at a cross point in your life on whether or not you want to proceed forward with this person, whether you want to believe them when they're coming back in around again. You're not quite sure whether they're telling you the truth because there has been at least some deception or some heartbreak. So maybe not so much like wanting to move forward without them, but wanting to move forward because right now, like, I can't think about them, or I can't think about the heartbreak. And again, in your subconscious there, it's like, I do want a happily ever after with them. I do want a reunion, but I'm not quite sure if I have the full story here or if I can actually believe what this person is telling me now. By the time you get to the end of Mercury retrograde, for those of you in that third party situation, I do see you overcoming these fears or anxieties or insecurities you have about the connection. I think you're very excited. I don't know what transpires here between you and this person between the first week and the third week, but it definitely looks like, and I'm going to say that it has to be positive because this is freedom. 8 of Swords in reverse. This is freedom from negative thoughts. This is a new beginning. The Chariot is a go, 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 right? We got to move, victory, overcoming obstacles, hope, conquest, looking forward to the future, to possibly a higher level of commitment, or whatever that traditional belief is for you in respect to a love relationship, higher level of commitment, marriage, etc., but moving very passionately towards it. So for those of you in that third party situation, again, small select group of you, but you have been part of the collective, so your messages do come through in these Scorpio readings. I do see that person re-entering your life. You're unsure on whether or not to believe them. You're trying to refocus, but in the back of your mind, it's like, I really did see this person as my 10 of Cups, and I do want to reunite with them. Something transpires here. It's going to be different for each of you, but you end off Mercury retrograde very excited, very happy, overcoming your fears and anxieties pertaining to this situation and moving forward towards a higher level of commitment. So clearly something good, I want to say, is the energy I'm feeling here, ends up coming out of this heartbreaking situation of the past. I almost feel like the two of you are on the same page by the end of Mercury retrograde. By the time you move into Virgo season, you have the Hangman in the reverse as an external influence, person, place, or thing that's not you, that's affecting the decision. Again, Hangman in the reverse is a delay. And even though it's officially the end of Mercury retrograde at that point, there is a 10 to 12 day shadow period. So I feel like there's still a delay in something outside is either affecting you from moving forward or affecting you from moving forward with this connection. It'll be different for each of you. But tell me why the Hangman in the reverse is here for the Scorpio collective as they enter Virgo season. One more shuffle here, please. And thank you. Hangman in the reverse, clarified by 5 of Cups in the upright, Page of Swords in the upright, and the 2 of Swords in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, you have Ace of Cups in reverse, 5 of Swords in reverse, and 7 of Cups in the upright. And right behind that, you have the Tower. Page of Swords, excuse me. I feel like By the time you get into, you're leaving Leo season feeling really good. And then again, there's a dip down at the beginning of Virgo season. And this dip down is this person from your past, whether it's in your professional, personal, romantic life, right? Whoever that individual was, some of you want to move forward with this person by the end of Mercury retrograde, right? You're feeling really good. You're looking out into the future. You're overcoming your fears and insecurities. But by the first week in Virgo season, there's another disappointment. There's a communication that is received from this external force that makes you disappointed in the connection. You could feel that this person was disloyal to you. So I just want to throw this out there for some of you because it's a message I'm getting. One sword is in the hand of the Page of Swords, and there's two swords in the two of Swords card, which is three swords. It's almost like you're repeating the pattern of going right back to the heartbreak. I also want to say that this is communication. You might see something online, or someone may say something to you that makes you feel like that person who screwed you over in the past to some degree, right, led to that Three of Swords to some degree, that they're doing it again. And so that may or may not be true. Because this is an external influence. So someone is sending you, or somehow you're acquiring intel or information that this person is doing to you again what they've done to you in the past, or what you have suspected that they've done to you in the past, and it leaves you very disappointed in them and in the connection. I want to say the phrase I'm hearing is trust but verify. You may feel delayed in continuing the connection, or might find yourself blocking your emotions from this person because of some new information that crosses your path. But again, I want to say trust but verify before you completely let go of the connection. I don't know why, but I feel like someone needs to hear that. Your influence in all this is the Empress, which is a beautiful energy, regardless whether or not you are female or male, whether you're masculine or feminine. So why is the Empress here? For your influence. I feel like you are really in your power here, Scorpio. You're feeling really good about yourself and very nurturing. The Empress in the upright is best qualities of all four queens. If you're masculine, it's an Emperor. It's the best qualities of all four kings. So why is the Empress here in the upright? For your influence. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Empress in the upright is being clarified by Nine of Swords in the upright, Strength card in the upright, and the Emperor. So there is some sort of divine pair, divine union. For those of you where you're resonating this as a love connection. Bottom of the deck, again, that Tower, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, both in the upright. If this is a love connection, you really do feel like this person is your divine counterpart. You see them as an equal. It's probably why you've endured some sort of third party or heartbreaking situation with them. So when they come back around again and they're promising you everything, you're feeling good at the end of Mercury retrograde, but you enter Virgo season acquiring some sort of information here that makes you feel disappointed in them again. Now, the information may come from them, may come from something you see online, may come from any type of external third party that wants to ruin that happiness for you. So again, I go back to trust but verify. But what I like about this is you're very much in your power, and your strength here is going to overcome these negative thoughts that you have. Definitely going to overcome these negative thoughts. It's almost like a sudden revelation that you're going to have, that I can't believe everything I hear from other people. Like I have to get out of my own head here. The anxiety, the insomnia at night, the like not being able to sleep. It's sort of like you're overcoming it and taking great power and energy for you to do it. But I feel like you have great love for this person. And this very well could be a family member, could be a friend, doesn't have to be a soulmate, twin flame, or, you know, anything like that. But I feel like you realize the communication that you receive, as disappointing as it is. One, you have great love for this person, so you're willing to forgive them. And two, for a portion of you, the information you acquire is not completely accurate. It's almost like you're being set up to be disappointed in that person again. So again, trust but verify. But I do see you as your influence having the strength to overcome these negative thoughts. Now, your hope and fear is the Justice in the reverse, which is very interesting as a hope and fear. Why is Justice in reverse here? For hope and fear. I feel like part of you, your hope is that the injustice here will be corrected, that there will be a balancing of the scales. And then part of you is afraid that this is just an unfair situation, or someone's been dishonest, or there's lack of accountability, and it's never going to change. Please clarify this Justice in the reverse for Scorpio. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Justice in reverse as your hope and fear is being clarified by Queen of Wands in the upright, Nine of Cups in the reverse, and the Chariot in the upright. Bottom of the deck, you have Queen of Swords in the upright to Ace of Pentacles, and that darn Tower showing itself again. So yeah, that's precisely what your hope and fear is. Because whoever this person is, they're magnetic, they're charming, whether they're a business partner, like I said, a friend, a family member, or for some of you, a lover, soulmate / twin flame, they're very magnetic to you. You do feel that they are your Nine of Cups, or your wish fulfillment, or that's what it is. You're very frustrated at not seeing your goals achieved. So part of your hope here is that an unjust situation will become just, and that the goals that you wanted for this connection will be achieved, and the two of you will be very successful and be able to move forward in the future. But then also your fear is like, what if this person is just playing with me, or playing with my emotions, or lying to me again? And again, I feel like you're just very frustrated that the goals you wanted for the connection, or the objectives you had for the connection, seem distant, or maybe seem unattainable. So again, lots of hope and fears, even in Virgo season, with this connection for you. Your hope is that things will turn around and become just. You're hoping the information that you've come across, or that you've been told, is not correct. And part of you is very much afraid that it is correct. You're entering Libra season here with the Five of Cups in the reverse, which does talk about acceptance, forgiveness, and moving on. It could also mean this person's coming back around again. I definitely feel like this is cyclical for a lot of you. You have a lot of this in and out energy with this person. That's just for some of you, not for all. So depending on how this card clarifies, it could mean that you are completely closing the door, accepting what has been, forgiving yourself and this person, and moving on without them. And for others of you, again, depending on the clarifiers, it could mean that this person is coming back around. So why is the Five of Cups here in the reverse for the Scorpio collective as they enter Libra season? One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Being clarified by Death in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse, and King of Cups in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, the World card. So a lot of you may not want to hear this, but I feel like regardless of what this connection is for you, there is an ending in Libra season. It's an ending of your choosing. It's an ending of your choosing. And again, if it's not your message, check your other placements. But for those of you where this message has been resonating, this person's very in and out, very wishy-washy, very Knight of Wands energy. They promise you something and they don't make good on it, and then they come back and then they do the same thing. It's this repetitive pattern. I feel that for a lot of you, again, not all, but for a lot of you, by the time you get to Libra season, you're done with this person. Death card in the reverse in this deck is the issues here are incurable, or the relationship it's dead. Like, it's done, it's dead. This is a broken marriage, broken relationship. All hope has been dashed. Five of Swords in the reverse in this deck is like, I need to move forward. It's an end of a conflict. It's also a peaceful resolution. Again, like that feeling of acceptance. I'm not going to fight for this anymore. I'm not going to fight within myself for this anymore. King of Cups in the reverse. I feel like this person is a bit of a love bomber. They could attempt to come back in around again. But I feel like anything that they say to you is going to really lack any depth. By the time you get to Libra season, and again, this doesn't have to be a lover. This could be a friend or a former business associate or something like that. But I feel like whoever it is, by the time you get to Libra season, you feel like this person is a liar or they're untrustworthy or they gaslight you. Yeah, I think you're going to look at them like they're emotionally imbalanced and you really want nothing more to do with them. A lot of you are just going to close the door on collaborating with this person further in the future, and you're really just going to move towards healing with that star card. And I feel like healing for you brings you into the Queen of Cups energy, regardless whether or not you're masculine or feminine. I feel like it does make you trust your intuition moving forward, where in the past the High Priestess card was in the reverse, because Queen of Cups in the upright could be very intuitive. I feel like your emotions will be better balanced. But yes, for some of you, you're walking away from this connection. And again, doesn't have to be love. Whoever this person was that caused this heartbreak, by the time you get to Libra season, you're pretty much done with them. So take all those messages, how they resonate to you. Let me get you some advice here, as well as Moonology cards. Final messages for the Scorpio collective dealing with this individual. One more shuffle here, please, and thank you. Break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you're going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. So some of you do have to break free from this very toxic connection, individual entity. Change at the bottom of the deck. You're being asked to change a part of yourself that no longer feels like the person you've become or are becoming. Change isn't always easy, but letting go of this outdated part of yourself will allow you to align with your true self. So definitely some need here for change and breaking free. Your Moonology cards at this time for the Scorpio collective. Moonology cards, please, for Mercury retrograde. Thank you. Anything else? Okay. Bottom of the deck, Scorpio, you have balance, spirituality, and practicality with a full moon in Pisces. You also have conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. Your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. And then you have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Your final message here, Scorpio, is final message for the Scorpio collective. We have awakening presence. This card reads, the universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. I like that for you. And did we have another flipper here? Nope. But bottom of the deck, you have experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. I definitely saw that with that Queen of Cups card. So whatever loss this is, again, doesn't have to be, and if it's a third party situation, because I know a group of my collective is third party, and you're like, well, am I going to end up separating from this person? It could be that your relationship changes by the time you get to Libra season. You could be, they could be breaking free from that third party. I'm going to do a third party special read for Scorpio as a bonus read. So just for now, take this how it resonates. Again, this could be a co-worker, a boss, someone you worked with, knew with in the past, family member. Don't necessarily apply this to your third party situation because the intention here wasn't actually set out for that. So I don't want you panicking, but there definitely is a person from your past that hurt you coming back in around again. It forces you to refocus. By the end of Mercury retrograde, you're leaving Mercury retrograde feeling really good, but then you're acquiring some information here that makes you second guess this person. You're really up in your head about it. By the time you get to Libra season, a lot of you are disconnecting from that individual, just kind of accepting like they're never going to change. So again, take that all how it resonates. Special bonus reading coming up for the Scorpios in a third party situation. But however you want to take this reading, that's what I have for you for Mercury retrograde. If you like this reading and it resonated with you, or you found it fun, entertaining, or enlightening, want to claim all or part of it, please be sure to click like, share, and subscribe. Until I read for you again, Scorpio, I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.